Okay, we're live.
Excellent. We are live.
Alright, hold up. Let me drop this link. Uh,
Stream your screen for me.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. I don't think there's much to.
We'll just go through the ban list.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can share my screen since we're not like doing anything intensive, probably. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop this link off in Facebook and then call it good. If this doesn't popular stream, that's fine. It's just gonna be short anyway.
Yep. I'm gonna be testing Terra while we're talking.
I wish we could stream the you know what.
Yeah. The you know what.
Yeah. Hang on. It is.
Is Tesla joining us?
I haven't reached out yet. Give me a sec.
I'm sure Tesla will have opinions on the Icemon head.
For sure.
What's going on? What's everybody instantly quitting?
And wait, quitting what?
It started a game and people would like instantly quit.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, let me post this in one more place, or like 2 more places, and then we're gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right, let me find some appropriate music that won't get me DMCA'd. Okay. Wait, okay, I didn't see. Wow, we already have 15 people. I was setting stuff up. Okay. Cringe, bruh. Bro, cringe. What happened to we already talked about everything on the ban list already? Okay. James wanted to talk about this, and I think it's fine. It's short and easy content. That you know what is Pokemon Showdown? He can't betray Digimon. Bisharp, hell yes. Chat needs answers. Appropriate Battle Network OST, let's go. Okay.
We never got to flex about how accurate our prediction video was.
Yeah, you know, it's hard being a prophet. You know, what can I say? It's hard to be a prophet. Okay, let me ask Tessero. We're streaming about Banlist opinions if you wanna join. Okay, so the reason that we're doing this stream in the first place, let me move my mic a little bit closer. The reason we're doing this stream in the first place is to talk about like what could get hit in the future and like implications and other general stuff like that. And while
what we think this ban list miss.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the screen, while we're setting everything up, it's my list of favorite Pokemon. You guys can discuss that. All right, you guys can have fun with that one. I think this list of Pokemon is absolutely fantastic. You can fight me on this one. All right, Heracross remains the best bug boy. I digress.
Did Black needed to be hit on this ban list?
No.
No, it didn't.
Hi,
nothing.
What's up? All right, let me raise your volume a tad, and then we should be good to go. Yeah. Okay, I already have you at max, so we'll just roll with this. Remind Zero to explain why BT1 TK should be banned or restricted. Nah, I won't.
If I ban any yellow card, you already know what it's gonna be.
Blinding Ray.
Chimeramon for that. He's the one who's been clamoring for it.
I know, it is Nume.
Freaking Nume.
Where's Slowbro? We don't stand Slowbro in the House of Huang, okay? We don't. This list is definitively the best. We're not so uncivil as to complain about your list of Pokemon. My list of Pokemon is literally scientifically proven to be better than everyone else's, okay? I'm just saying. Okay, anywho, let me pull up there's nothing to discuss. It's just wrong. I'm banning you, Rusty. All right. Without further ado, though, let's. Okay.
I can see an argument for toning down TK. Though. I have been trying out the yellow hybrid list, and it feels like you are pretty reliant on TK.
I think TK is fine. I don't think TK does anything like bad for the game. He's strong. He's very strong, but like I don't think he does anything inherently toxic.
Not inherent, but like I don't know. There's just something about like the way it helps you gather resources and also set up your game plan that's extremely strong and makes the Halo Hybrid game plan a lot more consistent.
I would say that TK is probably among it is the best memory tamer, right? Like, or at least probably up there. Like, at least
he's up there with like Davis and Hero for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's better than Hero. He's comparable to Davis in terms of
like
advantage. Yeah. Especially Davis now in the multicolor deck, and comparable to Mimi in increasing your game plan, your win con, so to speak.
Okay, so real quick, before you go too deep into it, would you maybe be interested in casting Digimon tournaments and invited to do so? My schedule is super jam-packed because I work full-time and I'm also doing my master's programs at the moment. So time is really limited for me, but if you DM me the deets on Discord, I'll read over it and I'll see what I can do. Banlist was perfect. Maybe you argue Tommy and Jet Sylphie. I don't think Jet Sylphie needs a hit. Tommy, maybe. I would agree Tommy. And then we'll go over some cards that will probably need a hit in the future. Like cards that like from BT8 onward, kind of thing. Why that fighting? Wait. Hariyama's goated. Torkoal is super goated. Pokemon Master Trainer Stream win? Okay.
Your list screams Gen 3er.
I am a Gen 3er. I really am a Gen 3er. Gen 3 is by far my favorite gen. I am very guilty of being a Gen 3er. I took Glalie cousin Frostlass. But I did run Glalie in my original Ruby playthrough, so I am big Gen 3er. Big. Okay, but so I don't think we need to go over the cards that actually didn't get hit because we've already discussed those. Given that our ban list was more or less on point already. But more importantly, I think we need to talk about cards that potentially do need a hit in the future, right? Blinding Ray, Tommy are like two that come to mind immediately that are BT7 and below. Blinding Ray is just a really toxic card in general. If yellow ever gets a little too good, Blinding Ray really pushes that over the edge, right?
Potentially. It could open up for some Ragwell lines, now that Ragwell Ordine is a thing.
Oh, that's true, yeah. It could be abusing Ragwell. That's very true.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I know people keep saying, like, Blinding Ray, burning yourself for one is a cost, but...
It's not. It's not an actual cost. It's not real.
Here's the two issue with that argument. First of all, it's not a condition. You don't need to burn yourself to activate the card. So meaning that you're at 0, you can Blinding Ray as many times as you want and just get 2 memory. That's in a color that have access to so much healing. We've seen how much Hybrid Yellow can heal. We've seen how much Mastic can heal.
Hang on, real quick. Notice how I just drank water because Hoenn is scientifically proven to be the best generation. I'm just saying, guys. Anyway, yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine now. I just don't think it's very good card design to have Blinding Ray exist.
It's not. All problem cards are cards that do way too much. That is just the reality. If your card does too much, it's probably a problem. Too much for too little.
We'll have to see because it's currently not really being run.
I think it's a card that's like a time bomb. Like it's just waiting for something to like break it. Because we saw how oppressive the card was during BT4 and BT5. It was just absolutely obnoxious, you know.
Unless they're usually post-op, right? Like it's not gonna, and not until that time bomb blows up do we need to actually.
Yeah. I don't think you need to hit it right now. I'm just saying that's a card that is probably gonna get hit in the future, and I don't think people should be.
Yeah. My biggest issue with Hero is that he boosts all level 5 plus Digimon instead of just red. Hey, I love generic red tamers. Okay, let me use that free lightning joust, baby. Okay,
yeah, generic tamers are really nice. It opens up deck building possibilities.
I think generic tamers are cool.
I don't think Hero is problematic enough to deserve a hit.
You know who's problematic though? You know who is problematic? Freaking Alice. Alice is a problematic tamer.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a second, right? How much would you say Alice costs in terms of memory setup? Like once you get her out,
Alice,
like what's a realistic memory game?
It pays itself off of a single evolution. Unlike cards like Taiga or Willis, those cards they take 3 evolutions to pay themselves back off. No, Alice is an immediate payoff, and then you combine Alice with freaking Searcher, and it's a 1-cost evo for anything, and that's way too good, way too good. Or I guess three cost. But...
I don't mean just that, right? So the best case scenario with Alice is you play a 1-cost Digimon, and then you pop that Digimon to get a 3-cost reduction, right?
Yeah.
So that's a net gain of 2 memory, right? And we've seen.
In my opinion, I think that's a break even because you have to pay the initial 2 for Alice, right?
Sure, but it's the advantage here is the tempo for the
it's still a positive tempo, but it is like technically a break even, but it sets you up like for insane amount of positive tempo plays and whatnot. But no, Alice does way too much. Just in general, like we mentioned, cards that are problematic are cards that do way too much for way too little. Alice is a 2-cost tamer that enables too much bullshit. Straight up, Alice probably needs a hit in the future. All right. Alice was in Tamers for a whole 10 minutes, and she's better than every fucking Tamer in this set. Like, come on.
Arguable. Takato's pretty good.
Takato is really great. Takato is really great. I agree. I think, you know who's a dog shit Tamer, though? Fuck Rio. I don't even care. I hate Rio. I hate Rio. I hate this card.
So, I also want to point out, we're talking about how ridiculous Alice is, and her net gain on a play is 2 memory. You know what else gives you 2 memory from no setup?
Blinding Array.
Blinding Array.
Listen, Alice is interesting. She's like in a line of like cards that like transfer all this bodies into value, which is like in line of like why cards like Savior Huck and Icemon need to be hit. It's because cards like Alice exist, and we'll probably get more cards like that, or we just turn our cards, free bodies into other forms of value. And it's probably also why like cards like Argomon can't come off the list despite like all the clamoring for it.
Okay, real quick. So somebody said, I think you can hit Tommy or Korikaku. I don't think you hit Korikaku. I think you just hit Tommy. Because if you hit Tommy, Korikaku as a byproduct also just gets hit. And it's like it's a lot more leveled. Let's see. Alice plus Searcher is almost on par with HPD. Grandis Kawaga is disgusting with this combo, dude. That shit's gross. Absolutely gross.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, so Grandis Kawaga is basically it let you swing twice basically if you have X antibody or Grand Kawaga in source, right? So
Jesmon, you're gonna play Grandis.
Right. Well, the issue, Grandis itself as a card, I think is pretty balanced. I don't think there's any inherent problem with the card design itself. But now we take a look at Grandis and put that into context of what the deck is capable of. So, as we've seen with Japan so far, a popular generic engine that a lot of lists is running right now is you play Alice with Searcher, as mentioned previously. So you play Searcher for 1, and then you have Alice set up, right? And then you use that Searcher as fodder for your plays with Alice. Well, in green, because green has access to 5 0-cost download level 5, meaning off of 1 memory. If you already have an Alice set up and you have a level 4 stack, you can move out of 1 memory, play a Searcher, download Evolve your 4 into a 5 by tapping the Searcher,
and then you pop the Searcher with Alice,
and then you pop the Searcher. Yep, you pop the Searcher with Alice, go into your the promo Grand Kawaga for free, and then you burst forward with the promo Grand Kawaga, one of which of your bursts is a Weemon to get 1 memory back. So you have now 3 security check on this card, and then you evolve for 1 into Grandis, and Grandis will swing twice for 2 checks. And this play, it's a high roll play. Like, don't get me wrong, like you're not gonna get this play off every single game, but you can get this realistically get this play off
I don't even think it's a high roll play. I mean, like I think it's like not. I don't think it's asking that much. I think it just kind of falls into its place, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
like I think like a crazy high roll play is if like compare it like to Jess, right? Where Jess is like inherently just a lot brickier. This feels like a lot more streamlined of a version, right? Because it's not exclusive. Like you need Searcher, right? Like we can play off of other like 2-cost vanillas, you know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's a lot more consistent than Jess ever was. Granted, it's tied into having your level 6s, but it's still super gross. Okay, somebody asked, what's Searcher? This Searcher. Searcher is if you do not possess a Searcher, you can play this card for 1, and it also cycles 1. It's literally just 1-cost fodder. It's really good.
I think Alice is I would say Alice is an issue because she's not color locked. I wish she was color locked to purple.
Yeah, Alice being generic it opens up a lot in deck building, but it also is very dangerous. Alice in theory honestly isn't that bad. No, I think Alice is like super degenerate. I think Alice was like super easy, like you could break this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alice if D Reaper proves to be a problem, right? Because we hit Ice Wall, and Ice Wall was one of the biggest things that held D Reaper back. Albeit they hit Reinforced Memory Boost, which also hits D Reaper to an extent, but D Reaper is still a really powerful deck. I think if you hit D Reaper, you hit Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is the most annoying card in D Reaper. It's the thing that like makes your opponent just not have a great time.
It's the counterplay to the counterplay to
it is, yeah, exactly. It's the counterplay to the counterplay. I think Gatekeeper at 2 is a lot more manageable than Gatekeeper at 4. Because it's when you hit Gatekeeper in security that you like want to like slam your head into a table. That's like when it becomes like really annoying.
Hitting
in most annoying way possible.
Hitting Gatekeeper early in security feel like one of the worst security check in the game, because not only did you enable a 10k body for D Reaper, you're also giving them like the fact that it automatically heal no matter what is an issue. And on top of that, the battle happens and you get a 10k body, right? I think the battle happens.
No, the battle does not happen.
The battle doesn't happen?
No,
okay, great.
It does not.
Yeah, but it's still a heal and a 10k body. It's just too much advantage off just hitting the security compared to like a standard option that pop one of your thing, you know?
It's I don't know. It's 10k body at that too, which makes a rule for it very narrow.
Yeah, and the fact that 10k body scale, that 10k body can hit 13 very early in the game, so it can swing over all your level 6. It just feel really bad.
But yeah, so Gatekeeper, if D Reaper proves to be a problem, Gatekeeper has to get hit in some capacity, whether it's like a 1 or a 2. I don't think 0. I think 0 is a bit too much, but it just...
No, you don't want to kill D Reaper.
Yeah, you don't want to kill D Reaper as a deck, but if it gets a bit much, then yeah, you have to hit this in some capacity. And there's no point in hitting Searcher because the deck literally doesn't function. Unless and they're not going to errata it either to say like you can only play this if you have a Mother Reaper. Like it's just not going to happen.
One thing that was mentioned in chat that I wish they would do is add non-level deletion to purple.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible to play purple into D Reaper.
You got Trump Sword, my guy.
There's some, it's kind of it's very limited.
Yeah. I wish we get more of that kind of situational deletion instead of all level deletion, because currently I just feel very bad to play purple into D Reaper because like most of your cards don't do anything. It just feels very non-interactive.
Somebody asked, does Gatekeeper not battle in security? No, Gatekeeper does not conduct battle in the security. I think if Gatekeeper was smaller, it would be much easier to remove. I mean, they don't have a level, like, let's see, what removal? Red would be able to pop it if it were smaller. Blue can't bounce it because it doesn't have a level.
Yeah.
Purple can't pop it.
The problem with, I think Gatekeeper as a card, like stat-wise for cost is fine. The problem is that it play itself and it heal from security. So
yeah,
being at 4, just the chance of you hitting it is so much higher.
Okay, yeah. If you do want to curb D Reaper though, or like make him like scream a little bit, yeah, Icemon is fantastic. Icemon is really great in that matchup.
One thing of note, Gatekeeper will only work if you have a Mother D Reaper. So, and for them to play security control, they have to invest the X slot into having Mother D Reaper.
Play a Mother Egg.
So I don't know. I've seen that variant running around. I just don't know how good it is because I haven't played into it. So I have no.
I can't imagine it being better than regular security control variants.
Yeah, because you're giving up an automatic.
You're giving up a lot of your like cycle power.
Yeah.
But yeah, Icemon is a really great way to answer a D-Reaper because it stops Mother Reaper from reducing costs. But it does not reduce the Reaper's cost. So Reaper can still reduce its cost to from 20 to 0. So just be aware of that.
Yeah, tentatively, I think anything on the next ban list that probably get hit is like Alice, Gatekeeper,
and
Chimera.
Tommy. I think Chimera needs like.
Is Chimera currently an issue with the 2 hits that we got?
This is the biggest thing. The 2 biggest abusers for Chimera were hit. Jesmon and Mastemon. By far the 2 biggest Chimeramon abusers. So the question then becomes, is Chimera going to be is it still broken if the its 2 biggest issues are gone? So what can abuse Chimera, right?
I think it's a fairly fair card. It doesn't have as an explosive of a Jogger's effect as say Shacklemon or Sylphimon.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're usually getting like -2k, -3k out of it.
Yeah. Okay. So like let's look at like all the different types of Joggers decks we have. We have Sylphie, right? We have Sylphie style decks. Chimera is a really good card in Sylphie. We tested it very extensively. Chimera is a fantastic card that sees play in Sylphie. But did I know you piloted a lot more than James? Do you think Chimera needs to go because of that or no?
Let me think. Okay, so I don't think Chimera itself the card itself is problematic.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it works in any color could be the reason why it will get hit in the future because it limits design space, right? Like the issue with it being working in any color is eventually you can't casually just play level 4 for free effect on anything, right? Because it's not restricted to a color.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that the design team themselves are limited in what they can do with effect revolving around level 4 or effect with sticky level 4.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like armor decks as themselves are fine now, but fact that you have level 4 that are sticky, that's not worth it for your opponent to try and remove sometime, meaning that there's incentive to just leave an armor on board and go and face or something like that, meaning that the value of Chimera is just going to scale over time just because it works in anything. And it's one of those cards that's like, I don't think it's a problem now, but it could easily scale into a problem.
It could vary. So I think cards like Alice and cards like Gatekeeper are like cards that like probably need to go. And Chimera is like we'll see what happens, right?
I feel like that's fairly speculative. And I feel like they're already sort of designing around it in a way. Because of the fact that Savior and Icemon got hit.
Right.
I feel like because they already have plans for effects that allow you to abuse free level 4s in other ways. Because Icemon, I'm biased here, and I feel like the Icemon hit is a little premature. But I feel like it's because the way that they're designing cards right now, free level 4s will probably be a problem not just now but also in the future.
What I mean by sticky is cards that's annoying to remove.
Also, I don't think the Icemon hit was premature. I think them hitting it in BT8 is very appropriate. I think and also with context, I am a purple player, so I have some bias obviously. But I think Icemon should have been hit to 2 instead of 1. Yeah, I think 2 would have been more appropriate.
I think 2 is much more appropriate hit.
I think it had to get hit, but I would have preferred it to get hit at 2. Eyes Moste was just way. It felt bad to play.
Yeah, I think 4 eyes enable like a really almost toxic play environment
it
where
was really annoying.
Yeah, it's just like you're playing everything around correctly, but then your opponent just hit the Icemon and then they just fully recover board, heal, and then remove all your board. It wasn't fun to play into.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, and I, as the person piloting the deck, I can see like issue with it being at 4. I think putting the deck at 2 to limit the amount of times they have access to that kind of play is fair, because the main problem with that deck is popping 2 Icemon and then just going off on Chimera, right? Like that's the main issue with the deck. Otherwise, I think the deck was very fair. Like the power level was appropriate for how difficult it is to set up plays. But yeah, I think Icemon should have been 2 instead of 1.
Yeah,
I think the Icemon should have been at 1. I think they don't want us to be able to spawn 2 level 4s for free at once. 1 level 4 for free is fine, but 2 is probably enabling some lines of play that they don't want in the game right now.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the
What
logic
happened.
behind. Yep, I understand the logic behind it. I just think it's rare enough. Like even with 4 Icemon, sometimes you just don't like. A lot of times you just don't see 2 at a time. You know. So I think if you
Plus, you have Calling from the Darkness anyway.
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
that's fair.
So as long once you find the 2, then you are able to basically use Calling to enable the play them both
Yeah.
at once. play
Yeah,
at a time.
maybe I am underestimating. Maybe there's obviously things that the design team see that we don't have access to. There's stuff down the line. For all we know, BT09
So
has cars that just break these
So
apart.
somebody
right? Like,
said, sad to say that with Icemon being at 1 now, it's a dead card. You're paying for an empty effect now?
I disagree.
I disagree too.
Because I think Icemon Scatter, like, think of in context of this, right? Icemon Scatter mode is a break switch charity on a body, so it draw 3 and discard 2. So not only does it cycle 3 for you, it set up your drop, which is very valuable in purple.
I have many a times where I discarded, or I had Icemon die, not discard any Icemon, and still felt good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're trying to. A lot of time you want to set up your drop. That the difficult, like, the main advantage of playing purple over yellow base in a lot of these 2-color deck is purple have access to a lot more cycling and drawing power, so it just increased the consistency of your deck. So right now, if you just play the new Icemon package with 4 scatter and 1 ice, it's fine. Like, you have a card that cycle, like with Gabumon, you're still and Demi Mirror Egg, you're still cycling 6. You're drawing 6 and like putting 4 into trash, which gives you your deck a lot of consistency. And then occasionally you get the one Icemon play for free. I don't think it's like, is it like an auto include like it was before? No, but it's something you can easily play, and I don't see a problem with it.
Somebody said, I wish we had a semi-limited so we can have 2 Savior. I think either way, Savior kind of restricted the design on what future Jesmon cards are most likely going to be able to do. With Savior being hit, this now means that future Jesmon cards like Jesmon X or Jesmon GX will have a lot more room to do like really cool stuff. So I'm excited for that potential and possibility. I also think Jesmon was just gating every single other red deck, which I think wasn't exactly healthy for the metagame. You know, you have decks like Red Hybrid, or more than just Red Hybrid. Like, there's just a whole
Gallon.
Yeah, Gallon.
Look at how strong Gallon is as a deck, but it was still weaker than Jesmon in terms of the ability to just win the game.
Yeah, and we can say like, oh, Bandai's just trying to push product, but also, I don't think it's super fun for everyone to play against the same deck for like months and months. You know. Like,
if this was a case where they hit Jesmon and Jesmon's never gonna support again, I would agree. But Jesmon's gonna support again.
Yeah, Jesmon's gonna get support again for sure.
For all we know, Jesmon GX is like Jesmon X is a card in this set. Like, that could happen.
Yeah.
That is a very realistic scenario where, like, in a week or 2, they show Jesmon X as a red SR for this deck. Like, that's a very realistic possibility. And if not this set, very soon, because as we've seen with Bandai, they don't. Or with the Digimon design team, it's like they don't limit the card to the set that they're introducing. I mean, we got Pegasusmon and Neferimon in this set when Armor was introduced last set.
So really interesting comment we just got. How's Japan's reaction to blue hybrid going forward? Are they dropping Susanomon or adopting 60% win rate, etc.? They can't adopt 60%. Susanomon being a white Digimon means that they would need to discard a white, so they'd have to discard a Boko or a Nemon. And I don't...
You discard what you're evolving from.
Oh, evolving from? Really?
Yes.
Oh, wait, does that work with the... Oh, so you discard like blue for the blue tamer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so win rate says win rate says when one of your Digimon that counts, right? Because it's Susanomon? Right?
Yeah, last I checked, win rate should work with Susano.
Win rate works with Susano?
HPD already does. We already know that.
Yeah, we know MDF and all that shit did.
Oh, and HPD.
Okay, yeah, if those work, then this will work. Will we see win rate Susano?
Okay, so it's
3 to an effective cost of 5, which is still pretty heavy.
Yeah, I mean that's this is a lot easier to deal with than Susano for 1.
Susano for 1 is a problem because if you start at 3, you can Susano for 1 and still have memory to use the
hybrid for lethal.
lethal.
Yeah. I I guess I.
The problem, see, the problem is the wording for Susano, because it's treating the Tamer as a evolution, as a Digimon.
Yeah. So win rate would work. Win rate would work.
Yeah.
I don't think, and we can call me out on this another day in the future if I'm wrong, but I don't think win rate Susano will become a huge thing. The memory gap between 5 and 7 isn't like insanely huge. You're still gonna pass turn on that, and passing turn on Susano is generally enough to keep it in check. The issue was you didn't pass turn Susano. He popped your shit, and then he punched you in the face for 3. That was the issue.
Yeah, the issue with they can play Susano from any position because it costs 1. So even if they didn't have memory tamer out, you're always in a position where you can never deny the play. That's the reason it feels bad. Win rate is
plus
much
Boko.
much easier to play around.
Also, Bokomon is super easy to play around. I can snipe that little shit.
Yeah.
I can't interact with the tamers as easily as I can just go and punch Bokomon in the face, you know?
I think we need to look at Banlist in the context of what can be played around and what can't be played around. I think anything that require investment on board is generally okay, because there's so many answers in the game. Every color have access to answer into everything, right? Like you're rarely are you super helpless.
I don't know about answers to everything. Tamers are still, we're still getting answers for that.
I mean Digimon wise.
Okay, yeah, Digimon wise.
Yeah, every color have access to board answer to other Digimon. So, if it's something that requires sub on the board in terms of Digimon, I think it's fine, because you don't want to create an environment where nothing can ever just win the game, because then you create a situation where decks like Security Control just run the meta, right? You don't want to nerf every deck that has potential to just shut down Security Control for their playstyle. You want counter for everything in the meta. So I don't want to go down the route of nerfing every single deck that's good.
Okay, so I definitely do think Susano will still see play. I think blue decks will see a lot more Magna Garurumon variants, and I think that will really benefit from Susanomon being able to extend off your Magna Garurumon.
Yeah, blue hybrids is still really good.
Yeah, so I definitely don't think Susanomon is going to be obsolete. I think it's still going to see obsolete. I think it's still be seeing play in the meta.
Yeah, you probably just play Magna as the new instead of Susano.
Okay, Jesmon from BT6 all through BT9 would suck. Yeah, you just get bored of it eventually, because Jesmon very much so is a one-trick pony. It's just boop OTK.
The band just opened up the room for the deck to get cooler cards.
Yeah, it just you have more design options now because you hit Savior.
Yeah.
And as other people have pointed out, Jesmon just never slows down. Every set just introduces something else that they can put in the deck, and he just never. It's not it never obsoleted.
Yeah, I got Chimera and I got Alice. It's just yeah.
Okay, let's see. With Icemon, I feel like the issue was the amount of scatters and trash needed for it to trigger. Could see something like Orochi coming out of trash if there's 3 to 4 eyes. Trying to wrap my head. So the issue is having scatter and trash? I mean, you ran the scatter now. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the comment, but I've been playing against Security Control for the last 8 months. NA needs to chill with their love of Security Control. Yeah, NA's kind of weird like that, not gonna lie. I know EU has completely abandoned Security Control. EU just does not touch Security Control anymore because they're so afraid of the Jesmon matchup. And then North America is we love Security Control, herkadirk.
If we get some more Tamer interaction set, I'll be very happy.
Well,
just a few. I mean, more generic one.
We did, right? We got BB Thunder. BB Thunder.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what BB Thunder is, I'll pull it up on screen really quick. Let me give 1 sec.
I mean, on top of that, BB Thunder is only for blue. I would like more option for everyone.
Okay, so BB Thunder.
I think eventually you will.
Okay, so BB Thunder, if you guys can see it, let me zoom in a little bit. How do I?
We're totally seeing your notepad.
Yeah.
On the screen.
Okay, so BB Thunder is return one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon to the owner's hand. Then if you have a Digimon with Jellymon in its name or Jellymon in its source, bounce a Tamer. This is a good card. This is a really great card. We got BB Thunder, we got Samdi from the Shivamon option. So, and then obviously Black War Greymon. So we are getting new Anti-Tamer cards, and I think that's really healthy for the game. It's really good for the game.
I think the one main takeaway that you should have from the ban list is that the design team actively look at the metagame and pay attention to it, because I would say that majority of the hit on this ban list are accurate to decks that are considered to be problematic or just a little bit too good, right?
Yeah, Bandai.
Yeah,
this ban list was good. It was a really good ban list.
Yeah, and they hit appropriate cards. I didn't see anything that's just kind of random.
Yeah.
All the things that we saw made sense, and their logic for what they hit made sense. Now you can disagree with the logic for hitting Savior, because Jesmon's been good for so long, but nah, I think hitting stuff for other decks to become playable and viable is not inherently bad, as long as it's not overly done.
All right. While we're reading through the comments, getting through all this, I'm gonna put the back up so you guys can stare at it and judge me. Okay. So next comment is Bandai would rather die than stop printing Royal Knight support. We still need Icemon. Icemon is still somewhere out there.
Icemon gonna be in this set.
Icemon, we get a new Jesmon instead of getting Icemon. That's what's gonna end up happening, because it's a tri set. Okay, so what would you do with Blue Hybrid? What would you adopt as its new boss or win con? Well, Stun Hybrid still works, because Korikaku Tami is still obnoxious as shit. Magna Garurumon Hybrid is still super strong, especially now, now that Blue Stun is just not the absolute better version. There's actually room and reasoning to play the Magna Garurumon variants. So there's a lot more room to test. We as the English player base kind of have to adapt the meta on our own, because our precedent is not the same anymore. It's a lot more different. So we will have to experiment a lot.
Hey, Llama asks to join.
He has access to the server. Yeah, he can join. Oh, he has access to the call. Yeah, he can go ahead.
Oh, he's asking.
Yeah, I said he can go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Do you think they'll print more cards that let you interact with opponent's Tamer? Yeah. Like I said, we're getting more. We already got BB Thunder in this set already. Greymon Tribe is close to being tier 1.5 since Jesmon got pushed down. Dude, I think you can win a lot of events with a lot of decks. I think Digimon is high-key a really diverse game. Like, our tier 1 for BT6 is insanely diverse. Like, Agumon, Gabumon, Security Control, Jesmon, Titamon, Dioboromon might see some play. Black Knights is not, you can't write that out either. Like, it's just Machine Germon. There's like a whole slew of like high tier 2, tier 1 decks that could like definitely take some tournament tops.
Don't hold me to this, but I would try to do a retroactive tier list for BT06 just to look at what actually
prove a point.
Yeah. Because we did one for BT05 and it was much more diverse than people realize.
Okay, so ban Delicate Plan? No. I don't think Delicate Plan needs a hit. I think Delicate Plan is totally fine.
Having a way to play around security is not a bad thing.
Yeah, and like having to invest deck slots to fit that in, I think is a cost that you have to be willing to pay.
Yeah. That card is so dead into so many other matchups.
Yeah.
Like,
let's see. Do you think Hackmon being pulled back, Black, Red, War, Greymon might come up for a bit? I mean, the deck was already good. It was seeing play against Hybrid. Hybrid being toned down means the deck might actually take a hit, unironically. So we'll see how that goes about.
Yeah, it has favorable matchup into it has good matchup into the Hybrid.
Yeah, I wouldn't say favorable.
Yeah, it can deal with the Hybrid. So
what do you think the top 5 decks from JP are now after the list?
Not entirely unplayable, and when them being hit, it might actually guarantee that Black World Green actually beats them.
That's true. That also is very true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, Black World Greymon might rise in popularity because every single deck coming out of EX2 is Tamer reliant.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it turns out Black World Greymon just shoots up, right?
Yeah.
But I think in general, really strong cards in Japanese format. D-Reaper is definitely top 5. I don't think anyone's gonna argue with that. Probably what else do we got? Imperial and Maste.
Gallon is probably top 5.
Is Gallon a top 5 deck?
It's performing like a top 5 deck at the moment.
Okay. So so we have D-Reaper, you have Imperial, you have Maste. No one's gonna argue with those 3, right?
Is Maste that good to the Icemon hit?
I haven't seen
Actually,
it
I don't
in a
know.
while, actually.
I don't know.
It
Actually.
didn't.
That's a good point.
It didn't have a. It had result, but it didn't have a ton of result.
No, that's fair. Without Icemon, yeah, the deck probably takes a really big hit.
We can take a look at CG, guys.
Takes
to
a hit
see-
also from no reinforcement reboot, because that it
Yeah.
was also a deck that used it a lot.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so I really want to see Malamyotismon do well. I think this deck is sleeper.
BL's potentially see a lot.
Is BL's a top 5 deck with Reaper everywhere though?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
One
You.
bad matchup doesn't make it like a bad
Yeah.
deck, and plus,
Mm-hmm.
Icemon wins that matchup. In
Okay,
PvP
okay, okay.
anyway.
Yeah, you have tools to deal with the matchup, and BLs can also just hey hit for 3.
You just gotta pray that they don't see the
Yeah.
Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
just
all.
dodge the D-Reaper players, you're good.
So we're saying all these different types of decks, and I think that really just goes to show how diverse the meta can be now that the Gatekeeper hybrid, like the hybrid Gatekeeper is gone now, right? Or at least toned down. It's toned down. It's toned down.
Armor.
Yeah,
Rush.
armor rush is also really strong. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
The thing that was keeping Armor Rush down
Was hybrid.
blue.
Yeah.
Hybrid blue specifically being so good.
Yeah.
But now that hybrid blue, you can argue because hybrid blue, Ice Wall would just shut down armor, right?
Okay.
So mean that the fact that hybrid blue doesn't have access to Ice Wall anymore mean they can easily get run down by armor. Because
Okay.
you've seen a good armor turn that Jogres into Pyodramon. That would just like run you down.
So, someone said thoughts on banned green cards not being unlimited. HPD should go to 0. HPD should be at 0. I hate the fact it's at 1.
Yeah.
When you
Pretty packed, yeah.
when you play a game and you get sacked by a 1 of HPD, I am ready to just punch my monitor. You know, I'm not a happy camper.
I think I understand green players thinking that green doesn't deserve any more hit after it's been bad for 3 sets, but look at the cards that green have access to in BT Online. Like I've been playing, like I played quite a bit of.
Wait, we can't even say green has been bad for 3 sets. Green was only bad for BT6. I think green is very much so playable in BT7 and BT8, right?
In relation-
What after the Banlist?
Wait, what's up,
Yeah.
Tessera?
It's gonna be a lot more playable in RBT7.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot more playable. But even
Yeah.
even in JP, it was still seeing like some semblance of results. Like, it's only not good in BT6. Green players, stop your damn coping, okay? I
Like,
say,
Keep an eye on BT on Green. It's about to get stonked. I already
yeah.
see just more Shivamon results since they're running the Icemon, or not Icemon, the Searcher Alice package, and
Yep.
with
Mhm.
with Grandis Kawaga around the corner, Green's gonna get stonks.
yeah, no, green is such a good color going forward.
You
Like,
guys just need to get HPD
Okay.
into Grandis to understand how.
listen,
dumb-
listen. I don't have a biased color. I am not biased towards any color because I am too much of a simp for everything Digimon related in general. So I can say this without a doubt in my mind. Green players and purple players, y'all cope the hardest. Y'all cope so fucking hard. And you can't tell me I'm wrong. It's true.
You don't play purple though.
Green and purple players cope super hard.
You don't play purple though.
I like playing purple. Purple is like super fun whenever I play it. I just don't play purple when I'm with you guys because I don't want to play the mirror.
Black. Oh, black antibody. That's
Yeah,
another
black
really good-
looks really good. Antibody looks great going forward. Ooh, how good is antibody with hybrids being hit?
possibly top 5.
It's pretty good, especially with
Because,
Jesmon. It's probably
with-
one
yeah.
of our better OTK decks.
Oh
out
wait,
there.
no.
just
Wait. So BT8 X antibody looks really good now, right?
I would argue that its worst matchup is probably Jesmon, and Jesmon is out.
Okay.
So
What about BT7 X antibody though?
Eh.
I don't.
It's fine.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's like
it's not enough. It's not
Yeah,
enough.
I
It's
mean-
not enough.
yeah. I mean, I played it a couple of times and it's fine. It's a little inconsistent because we don't have that many X antibodies yet.
Yeah, BTO8 X antibody is just a fair Jesmon.
Okay, guys, do you hear what they're saying? X anti Dorugora is not good. Send me your alt arts. I'll do you a favor. All right. Anyway, but yeah, no.
Is black as a color not good?
Is what?
Is black as a color not good? They just said X antibody is good, but black as a color is not good.
I think black
Do
is
it.
fine. I think black is fine. I I actually have no gripes. I don't think any color is like actually bad for like a hot sack.
Yeah, like currently go to CG Digimon CG Guide and look up like deck ranking and go to like the first 15 to 20 decks and tell me how many of those are like actually bad decks.
Okay, so it's loading.
The thing with Black is that they haven't even getting any new win conditions outside of X antibodies in Black or Greymon lately.
No. Go
It's
to
not
deck
like-
rank.
it's not like it's
Go up.
easy
Up.
To
Deck
judge Black
ranking.
as the color outside of X antibody. Like, yeah, it's pretty decent if you like look at. Oh, it's pretty good if you look at Black.
This is like
Black or
this is
Greymon.
this is week to week representation of decks that and
Hey,
the amount of result
Hey,
that
look,
they have.
it's black. Get him. 8th place, followed by 9th place.
To be
At the
fair,
same time, we can't entirely-
Black War Gray is more of a
Black
red
is
deck.
entirely black. Yeah,
Hey.
most Black War Gray decks are playing red base.
Hey. He's still half black. He's still half black.
This is like Huang's copium of Imperial is still green, guys. Don't worry.
Green players have access to Imperial. Stop with this shit. Okay, wait, I need to get through comments. Okay, yellow and green are the only 2 colors without usable tamer removal. Yellow technically can leech off Icemon because yellow purple is just super easy to like splash in, and green has Somdi, which isn't a removal, but it's still something, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, what's red tamer removal?
Black or Greymon.
Yeah, Black or Greymon.
Oh right, we just talked about that. Funny.
Let's see. Oh my god, there's so many comments, guys. Please. Okay, wait. I gotta scroll up really far. Oh my god, you guys. Okay. Oh my god, there's so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Digimon metagame is like super healthy. We have range of expensive deck and cheap decks that are all viable to various degree. I never felt like you have to play any specific deck in any like, especially
So,
even in meta where people complain like the game was very skewed, like BTO5 with Lore Knight. I never felt like you had to play a specific deck to win.
No, BT5 is insanely diverse. Okay, Karan asks, can Yellow get another level 7 that's actually playable like Valderarm? We literally had this conversation at lunch. Like Zero and I, we went to go to a Filipino buffet, and we were like, Yellow only has 1 level 7, huh?
And you said Susano is a yellow.
Hey,
level
Susano
7.
counts. Yellow can access Susano. Alright, I'm just saying. Ordine is a level 7. That's yellow and purple. True.
Barely count.
Hey,
It does nothing if you aren't evolving it from Jogress yellow and purple.
I want Tamer Hate that isn't $60. Black War Greymon is $9. Oh no, it's like $8 in Japan. So and then Somdi, and then BB Thunder, and like all these other cool stuff.
Also, you can count Susano as a yellow level 7, considering one of the 2 decks that use it heavily is yellow hybrid.
We still haven't gotten actual Royal Knight support. Technically, the Sistermons are. They work for all the Royal Knights. Eximon's gonna be like Exodia, too big for 1 card. True. Azulongmon at the top of blue stun could work. I know Antinomy has been having a lot of success with Azulongmon and Shakomon Jogger's control. He's been having a lot of success with that, actually.
Yeah.
Sistermon's being hardlocked to Jess is kind of sad. They're not hardlocked.
They're not.
Persona Shin Megami Tensei soundtrack is so based. I'm limit testing. I don't know if I'm gonna get DMCA'd. We'll find out.
BT,
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Magna Garurumon or Gabumon is the real question for BT7 is best blue deck. Yeah, there are like 3 viable blue decks in BT7. Probably more, if we're being honest. But like 3 off my head.
Blue's been eating well for like multiple sets.
Yeah,
Blue play has nothing to complain about.
Blue players can never complain. Best Pokemon is Genesect. I think you're wrong because it's Swampert. What is D Reaper's weakness? I feel like that deck wins on all the
Aggro.
replays online. Okay, I talk with like DPP and I talk with like Ryan Kai. I talk with like all these like Asian players, and DPP. He's like, oh yeah, I just haven't gotten around to posting the D Reaper losses yet. And I'm just like, dude, they're warping the English metagame mind, dude. Like, all these English players, they think that D Reaper is this impossible monster to beat. And I'm just like, stop it, DPP. And he's like, whoops. Yeah, it's aggro. It's aggro. It's a time bomb deck. Just put it on a timer.
The best advice I can give is to play into D Reaper the same way you play into security control and don't respect it. If you give D Reaper too much time and you respect their security too much, you're gonna lose.
Okay.
Because you're on a clock against them.
There's Mastermon versions without Icemon yellow base. So Mastermon prior to this ban list, it was only purple. There's no reason not to play purple because Icemon was super obnoxious. But now that Icemon's actually hit, there's actually some incentive to playing yellow, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Also play Judgment of the Blade and Gallon, and smack the mother D Reaper.
Judgment of the Blade
don't tell
smacks
him about
D
that.
Reaper. Don't tell him what. Judgment of the Blade, bro. Anyone with like eyeballs can tell that shit.
I've been playing Judgment of the Blade and Gallant for like months. I'm just saying. It's not some special secret sauce tech or anything.
Okay, what channels are good to watch for Japanese gameplay? DPP. DPP is fantastic. That's one of the homies. Shout out to my boy DPP. Let me hear DPP.
Yeah, I watch DPP stuff daily.
Let's see.
I like Map Channel myself as
Yeah,
well.
DPP channel. This guy, really great guy. Good content. Which one did you say, Tessera?
Map Channel.
How do you spell?
MAP. Map.
Oh. Like that? Wait.
Channel is in katakana for some reason.
Ah.
So it's Map Channel. But Map is in English because it's
Can you
it's short.
It's
short for the two players, Masachi and Paso.
Can you copy paste it to me? Also, guys, if you want, Ryan Kai,
Ryan Kai's good too.
Ryan Kai is an amazing purple player. He is still winning with Bellstar in BT8 EX2 format. This guy is absolutely cracked out of his mind. If you're looking to play purple in future formats, Ryan Kai is your guy. Great guy.
Yeah,
Also,
he's
of
one of the
course,
best player in Vanguard.
I think there's like a really valid argument. Ryan Kai is the best player, right? I think there is a valid argument for it.
No comment. That's a contentious topic.
Okay. There's a lot of really good players. There's a lot of great players.
Yeah, there's other top players that also have a lot of results.
Yeah.
Ryan's definitely one of the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
I put the link to Map Channel.
And of course, Tessero. All right, I stand by it. The best English purple player is still Tessero, and I stand by this. I stand by it.
I'm not playing purple as much as lately, because I'm trying to get off of that so I can actually be a good overall player.
Okay, website. What website do you
too
use
long.
for the JP deck list? I use CG guides as of right now. DTCG review has been a little bit outdated, I think, as of recent. Can one of you guys link CG guides in the chat?
I did.
Okay, thank you. Is D Reaper best deck in the format? No.
I don't think it is. Mainly because there are decks like Gallant where if they pop the Mother D Reaper, you just lose the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like you
The
can't.
Gatekeeper deck.
Is
Pun intended.
Okay, is Psychmon more priority than Gazimon? Probably, yeah. To stop.
Depends on how much you expect the Reaper.
Yeah, it completely depends on your D Reaper expectancy, for sure.
Yeah. But yes, just having Sightmon down will slow down D Reaper a lot, especially because most D Reaper lists only run like 2 crazy hands, or whatever it's called.
So Falcon actually linked me it. This is Map. Tessero says this is a really good Japanese channel, and if Tessero says it, then I fully believe it.
Yeah, they even occasionally post videos of them at local.
Nice. Okay. Holy god, we're at almost 80 viewers. Y'all are crazy. I love you guys. Alright, Malamyotismon needs a little bit more support. It currently has a level 5 to 6 focus, but not easy to recycle level 5 or 6. Icemon was pretty crucial to get tempo in that deck. That's very fair. That is super fair. That's very fair.
It's very close. I think that deck is very close to being good. It's just the thing is, it's a better version of Dan Devimon. It's just sometimes the setup is just a little bit too slow.
Okay, it feels like D Reaper is the answer. The answer to D Reaper is to face race, but it seems so good at memory choking. It's hard to build momentum. I
would say the answer to that is more decks in a lot of decks in EX2 are very good. I'm playing with low memory.
Yeah.
Like Sakuyamon can play off low memory.
Because of Rika enabling the plugin and everything.
And all the Bliss on Takado. The Bliss on Takado allow Gallant to play with very low memory generally.
Yeah.
Like you always have access to a play. So you're constantly popping D Reaper boy, and then they never keep anything
Yeah,
for more
if
than
you
one
get
turn.
rid of their mother, then the entire deck crumbles.
Yeah, not even Mother, right? Like you slow the game plan significantly if you just pop
Like Jerry and shit like that.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Pop Jerry. And that's another thing. When you play into that matchup, pop Jerry. Always pop Jerry. Never let
Jerry
never
stay
leave
on the
that-
board.
Yeah, never leave that card alive for more than one turn.
Okay, Magna X looks like such a gatekeeper, separating decks, good decks from bad decks. Magna X? Is Magna X a gatekeeper?
We don't have enough cards to say is Magna X a gatekeeper or not. It's a
Yeah.
good card.
On paper, it's really good.
Yeah.
Just remove it. I mean, even if it like just goes into the opponent's recovery stack, at least it's out of your face.
I mean, yeah, like we have a lot of different ways to just get rid of Magnamon X without triggering his destruction, like Millie, Nidhogg, bouncing, right? Just like
Minus DP.
minus
Or
D- no, minus
annoying
DP would
escape.
trigger his stuff. Minus DP would trigger it.
Yeah, but it would kill the stack.
Yeah, but he would still heal, you know. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, there's a lot of ways to deal with Magnamon X. So I don't think Magnamon X will probably be a gatekeeper, although the set's not even fully out yet, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's too early to say.
Yeah, HPD should be at 0, similar to why MDF is at 0. Yes! Yes! English format or Japanese format discussion? Why not both? We're opening the floor to both formats. I need my copium still. Green is still getting railed. If English, do you think Bond can perform better without Ice Wall? I mean, Bond's gonna perform fine. Yeah, Bond is super great. Gabumon still gonna do good.
I don't think Terror is terrible. I'm testing I'm testing a list right now. I don't think Terror is terrible. I think
you played Carrier into me, and I cannot vibe with it, dude. I was playing Justimon, dude, and I was just Common Rider kicking everything, dude.
you also play like the one deck that deck has trouble into, because that deck is like very much about killing a bunch of stuff.
Dude, my Justimon was 21k, and I was just swole.
Yeah, you were playing the one deck that's just like, oh yeah, my Digimon is ridiculously big for no reason. Like, I play into armor, I play into like Imperial. The deck did fine because like Rapidmon is kind of busted. Go Rapid. Go Rapid was like removing Boar against armor and everything just fine. Like it's just that you were playing the one deck that was just like, I'm just 20k for no reason.
Sure. Anyway, are you more of a simp for every color than Hackmon? Guys, I love Jesmon. Jesmon is my favorite deck, but I am not anywhere close to Copium for Jesmon. I'm very much so like, oh, they hit Savior. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, it was deserved. You know, I've never once said Jesmon did not deserve a hit. Even in the Banlist prediction, I was like, yeah, Jesmon needs a hit. I don't cope. I don't cope. I don't cope.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like Galamon's my favorite Digimon, and it's my favorite.
Okay.
I could see a future where Galon very oppressive into like decks that want to try to develop Boar.
Black isn't great. X antibody is good alone. Oh, that's where the comment. Okay. I mean, I feel like we say that because all of Black's support recently has been very X antibody focused. I mean, like, of course, there's Black War Greymon and everything like that. But it has been very antibody focused. I think it's because they're setting up for 9. So after BT9, we'll probably see some more generic Black support, is my guess. If I had to like pin something. Also, yeah, Justimon is super cool. Okay, I don't think Justimon's gonna like be winning any like major tournaments or anything like that, but I think definitely Justimon doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, like a more tame Savior level 5 is probably necessary for the deck.
Yeah, like I've been testing Justimon a lot. Like everyone can attest if you've been paying attention to my Discord. They can attest I've been playing a lot of Justimon. And I've been doing really, really well with Justimon. I don't play the Cybertron and Rio shit. I think that's garbage. I literally threw that in the dumpster. We play Big Gogma. Okay. Which locals do you play at? I'm also a UH alumni. I play at D-Lair and Heroes Collectibles. Let's see.
Don't lie to them. We all know you don't actually
True.
go to locals.
I'm also just super lazy and I don't go to locals. That's also very true. I like X Antibody, but the thought of Sun and Riza hurts my wallet. I think you can play X Antibody without Sun and Riza, right? Am I wrong?
I don't think it's that.
It's really, really good.
Is it?
It's really good.
Okay, but can you play without it?
Technically.
Yeah, but you lose like the free check.
Okay,
for not
okay.
playing it.
I haven't played the game since BT3, where I played the game religiously from release till War Greymon release. What's a fun mid-range meta deck for? I assume this is for English. Mid-range for BT6.
Black.
I mean, it depends what they mean by mid-range.
Yeah,
There's
like,
a lot
how
of
are we
different
defining
ranges.
mid-range?
I guess you can still play Jesmon while it's around.
I think Titamon is really fun.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
Titamon's super fun.
Yeah, if you're looking for something mid-rangey, Titamon's pretty fun.
Yeah, Titamon's a great mid-range deck, I would say. Let's see. I have hope for Black in the future. Let's go. Yeah, for sure. Jesmon looks so fun. I hope black gets more ways to cheat out a Tamer. I've been using Hero, a Monokawa Hero, and I've been using black 2-cost Tai as my Jesmon enablers, and it's been working out fantastically. Zwart defeat beats Blast mode and Crimson mode. Technically not wrong, yeah. That's not incorrect. That is very true. Chat, okay, what site is this? This is DigimonCard.dev. This is by Orange Swim, really great guy. And it's basically a fantastic way to do deck building. Can one of you guys link this in the chat, please? I don't know anything about BT7 or EX yet, but I hear a lot of complaining about Jet Sylphy. Is that fixed or reinforced, or is it still worth complaining about? Time will tell. I think the reinforced memory boost hit and the Susano and the MDF hit tones down the deck a lot. Whether that's enough, time will tell. Similar to how Ice Wall plus MDF, time will tell for blue hybrids.
It lost a major win condition with MDF hit, so now it just revert back to this kind of like weird stally security type of deck that just spam heal and like slowly chip you down. It can't instantly.
The best deck to beat yellow hybrid is still Jesmon. So if you want to beat yellow hybrid, just play Jesmon. Jesmon is so good into that matchup. Okay, Justimon gets owned by Black War Greymon. You know who gets owned by Black War Greymon? Sakuyamon. That matchup sucks. That matchup is bad.
Yeah, it's the matchup. That's the problem.
No, it genuinely is. It actually is like really rough because Sakuyamon doesn't like dump as much DP reduction as like, say like shoving Wyvern's Breath in. Like you would have the tech specifically for the matchup, but because you don't have a lot of DP reduction like coming out, Black War Greymon being like 14k and like having double block is like super obnoxious for the deck to deal with. Like you have the spec to deal with this specifically. Like I know you and Tessero feel otherwise, but I actually think the matchup is rough. Does Justimon get owned by Black or Greymon? I haven't tested the matchup a lot, so I don't know. I actually don't know. But given that Black or Greymon pops your Tamers, probably to an extent. Granted that you can also just punch him in the face with Justy. So we'll see.
How far behind are you?
Behind. There's a lot of comments.
I was asking for CG guides.
Yeah, did somebody post that?
I did.
Okay.
But I'll post it again.
We got Ordinamon. Yeah, Ordinamon looks really fun. We have to see the rest of the support, but I think it looks good. Yeah. Can we get a counter for heal? I mean,
it's called burning.
Yeah, it is burning. Like Shivamon, great answer to counter it.
I mean, that counters security options. I don't know if that counters heal specific.
Yeah.
I still expect us to get like a particularly a heal punished. Like if your opponent, you know.
Do you think we would get an equivalent? Do you think we'll ever get a rookie that says your opponent cannot heal past 6?
I don't know if it'll be a rookie.
I think it would be
we may get a card that's like your opponent cannot put card into the security.
I think we may just see card. Yeah, I mean like maybe a card that says like you can't go past a certain limit. I think there's a lot of ways that like a lot of room so we could build upon that for sure. Wait, Ordinamon only gets effect when Jawgressed? Correct. Considering yellow is one of, if not the best color for Susano to post balance. Wait, I mean, yellow without access to MDF push means that their aggression is a lot. It's very reduced. So even though Susano is like amazing in yellow, it's not like crazy obnoxious. It's a lot more easy to manage.
Are people not able to see the link I'm posting?
I don't know. Aren't there some yellow hybrid lists that never ran MDF for Susano? I don't think those lists were as good as the ones that did. I think MDF Susano is just way too obnoxious broken.
Alex, can you post the link to the chat?
I think maybe it doesn't let you because of settings. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Links in the chat.
Yeah, I think only I can do it.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I think I have to make you a mod, which I'll do it later. But okay, Waymon Bro, Judgment Blade, Gallant, Tilt. Yeah. There's a lot of different answers to D-Reaper.
There it is.
Yeah. Also, D-Reaper security is very weak for the most part. It's all low DP thresholds. Yeah, for sure. The only thing you're afraid of hitting is bubbles and like Gatekeeper. Let's see. Tessero searching maps. Yeah, that's not great.
Don't worry. Map is just short for Masachi and Paso, the two players of the channel.
Let's see. Oh my god. There are so many things. Jeez. Are you coaching tonight? Hey Worku, what's up? Tonight? No, because I have to read 5 chapters of my textbook before class. So, after this stream, I'm going to be a good student and study. Let's see. Ordine is going to be nuns once it's figured out. Maybe. I mean, Ordine's cost is really high, so definitely we'll see.
I've tested a little bit. The Ragwell condition feels really rough because a lot of decks can just kill you from 2 or 3, so they can keep you out of range of it. And the fact that it costs 12 to play means oftentimes they can even come back from it. Or just like play around destruction in general. Or if it's an armor, it triggers armor purge and then you don't get the heal.
Okay, Tasty said, damn, you share so much personal info on stream. What did I share? I don't even know. Justimon is very cool. Huang, I'm late, but how do you feel about savior restriction, and what can people do to mitigate that? I mean, it doesn't take place until BT8, and that's where, like, Jesmon, like, hits a little too hard because of Chimera and Alice, so I definitely think it's very deserved there. Jesmon being at full power still in BT7 means that it's still a really excellent answer to dealing with Yellow Hybrid. I think once we get to BT8, I think Jesmon players can take a vacation for BT8, go play a different deck. Probably in BT9 or BT10, we'll get Jesmon X and Jesmon GX, so, you know, like, just relax until then.
BT9, I actually don't think so.
You don't think so?
That's just me because I'm operating on this mindset where the X antibody stuff we're getting from BT9 so far has all been like the early 2003 X antibodies.
Yeah, like the whole pendulum thing, right?
Yeah.
I think if we get Jesmon support, it's because of Try, if anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think the savior hit is very valid. Jesmon needed a hit in some capacity. Yeah, I don't know. I have no gripes. I'm not angry about it whatsoever. Thoughts on Red Hybrid? Red Hybrid looks absolutely fantastic. Looks really, really great going forward. Let's see. It's not that there's a giant lag. It's more so there's a lot of messages I have to go through. And I want to give a detailed explanation to every single one of the questions or comments that you guys give because I love you all. But yeah, Noah, I definitely would recommend playing Titamon. I think Titamon is a really great deck. It's good skill cap, so you know if it rewards you for being a good player, and just in general, it feels really, really fun. Let's see. What about Ordine for Mastemon going forward? How's Ordine and Maste? I think they'll probably go hand in hand, I'd imagine, right?
I don't know. I feel like I've tested it, like I said before, and I feel like the destruction's mostly redundant. Like oftentimes I clear the board with Mastemon on itself, and the Ordine doesn't. Hasn't been a need for it.
I think it would be beneficial if we got a Tamer that benefited whenever your opponent healed, rather than cutting healing entirely. I could see that. It would depend on the incentive, right? But I could definitely see something like that, maybe.
Yeah. They're starting to slowly print a answer for everything in the game, so it wouldn't be too far.
The one time I've seen Ordine be like super like good in a Mastemon was like I was like playing in a mirror, and they already had like a Mastemon that checked my security and checked a bunch of security Digimon, and only then that they needed actually to use the Ordine to clear the board to keep themselves alive. It's like super really specific situations like that.
Yeah. We haven't seen everything. There could still be more cards for the deck. So
Okay,
that might be.
Wait. So
funny all down mode.
okay, so I speed read every single comment so I can get to the bottom so I can catch back up. And basically that just means I skipped all of Tasty's comments. I read them, don't worry. But is Lilith Loop still good after the hit? Lilith Loop can play win rate. Win rate is still valid for the deck. It's not as like insane or anything like that, but Lilith Loop evolves into Cerberus Loop anyway. So in BT7, the MDF hit I don't think actually matters extensively, right? Am I wrong, Tessera?
It matters, but you know it's still a hit.
Yeah, I mean like, it's still a hit, but it's still like super playable, right?
Yeah, I just don't know how well it's gonna do into the meta. It's probably
Mhm.
gonna get eaten by red hybrids likely. It's gonna come down to you seeing all your pieces and stuff. You can still like go into Zwart and stuff by using win rate using Jack rate at 20 try. Like it's still a hit, but it's still playable.
Yeah, yeah. So I think Lilith Loop is gonna survive. It just evolves. Let's
I
see.
mean, playable, yes. Viable, not sure yet.
Thoughts on yellow hybrid security control?
Gross.
Why you want to
I mean,
do that,
I played
Gage?
it.
Why you want to do that,
No, it's
Gage?
strong. It's strong.
It's strong, you said?
The BT8 version that I'm seeing right now that's floating around, the one that runs Crimson Blaze and Zwart defeats, that version. I mean, it's gonna take a hit because they lost reinforced memory boost. It still feels, I mean, it still seems like it might be pretty good still.
Uh,
Okay.
every single meta, I feel like we have security control and rookie rush exists in some way, so I wouldn't worry if we play those decks.
Okay. Did I miss the stream for top picks for Nats? We didn't do that, but I think if I had to say top picks for Nats, it's Gagubond is probably the best if you're going in blind. I think Gagubond, Jesmon, Security Control, those are like the 3 decks you have to be worried about, right? Like those are the 3 decks that everyone is going to be keeping their eyes out for. Agubond, I think, is the dark horse. I think Agubond will be the dark horse for the format. I think Titamon is also really, really strong.
Yeah, I've seen.
We can't.
quite a
Hey,
bit-
don't leak anything by the way about Titamon, James. Just heads up.
Yeah,
But Titamon's gonna be strong. Diaboromon potentially, I think, has potential, albeit it's a little slow. But I think Diaboromon could do some serious damage at Nats. I think Nats in general is just gonna be a really open-ended format. I think there'll be a lot of really crazy stuff going to happen.
I wasn't gonna leak anything. I just said I've seen a really good list.
Okay,
so-
okay. I didn't know if you were gonna like leak the sauce on
No,
it or not.
no, I would not leak. This
Okay,
stuff.
okay, yeah, because it's not our sauce to leak, so
Yeah, somebody in our Discord made a very good list, and
we can't say anything about it. So,
yeah.
but yeah, what is Cerberus Loop? I have not heard of it at all. Tessero, can you go a little bit into depth about Cerberus Loop, please?
It's just Lilith, but instead of the usual level 5s, you're playing Cerberus mons. And the reason for that is because you're getting a lot more discard support, like in the form of like Nidhoggmon and
Orochi and
such like that.
Eyes.
You're not playing Orochi.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
Yes, and also Analog Boy. So generally what you do is like you evolve up into a Cerberus mon, then sacrifice it for Wolf mode, trigger Analog Boy to gain memory, then you can evolve up into a level 7, evolve up into Zwart, play 2 more Cerberus mons off the Zwart effect, and use those as more fodder for more Cerberus mon levels mode, so you get a bunch of rushers. And then you use a bunch of combo extenders like Icemon and Nidhoggmon to gain a bunch of memory and try to like attempt to loop even further.
Okay. Let me see. My only complaint about purple is the other purple players telling me I need to try Lilith Loop.
True.
Machine Dramon for the win. I think Machine Dramon, I think it's top 16able, honestly. Okay, my standards for the general player base is like you can take any deck in the game and make top 32. Honestly, any deck top 32. That's my standards.
Alright, who's pulling up with a Ragnarlord to top 32?
I mean, just OTK them,
I don't
bro.
think.
Someone's gotta do it.
Yeah, I think if you play, there's probably like 10 or 15 decks that you can take that are decent enough in general that you never like. The tiering is always like. Generally, you take what has the least amount of bad matchup, right? Like everything has a really bad matchup. Like Agubon is kind of pretty bad into security control. Agubon is bad into Black Royal Knights, etc. Right? Like there's always a really bad matchup. But generally, I think most decks in the game right now are playable to the extent that you play them in tournament, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like you could take like a Gallant, an Old Force starter deck upgraded, and like you could probably see like results at Nats. Honestly, like
Actually, I play like in recent locals. I play Agubon into my opponent who was playing blue Old Force, and he played the new Old Force, and you know what that does?
He just bounced your shit, bro.
Not even that. The man literally went go to Old Force has an extra security check because of the level 5 Vigamon. and literally swung for like 2, and then omni me for 2. Or sometimes he'll swing for 3 and then omni me for 3. But it's just like, dang, I'm getting smacked.
Okay.
But if I don't hit a guy in security, I lose the game because like he'll lethal me from like 3.
But yeah, so there's just Nats is gonna be a Wild West kind of format. Honestly, it's gonna be crazy because like you have to like consider how many players are at Nats and how many players got into Nats based on shop challenges, regionals. How many of those chip players got buy? Like, there's a whole lot of factors. So I think there's also a lot more than just that. It's webcams, so like cheating is another factor we have to take into account, right? Like how many of like top 32 is gonna be like cheaters, right? It's like we gotta be realistic about it. I'm not saying anyone in specific, but like, you never know. Like it could even be accidentally cheating, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like it's webcam, so it's hard to catch shit sometimes. Let's see. You guys can't find the sauce? That's crazy. It's almost like you got deleted. Crazy. Let's see. How many people are expected to be at Nats? I think North America was like 600 or something like that, right? I think Nightmare said like 600 or something. But I also know Crystal said like 900. I don't know. But it's gonna be a lot of people. And it's gonna be broken up into pods as well. I'm really looking for a game to compete in. I think Digimon is a fantastic game to be competitive in. I think this game is really great. If you're looking to play a competitive card game, I think this is the game right now. Vanguard's a meme. Yu-Gi-Oh's expensive. Magic's a wild ride. Flesh and Blood's a pyramid scheme. Digimon's the game. Play Digimon.
What we mean by accidentally cheat is sometimes people will misunderstand an effect or order resolution and get it wrong, and the opponent also neither player know how to interact work correctly.
Yeah.
And that would be a form of accidentally or soft cheating.
Yeah, like you just may not even realize it. Or like sometimes like maybe your opponent didn't draw a card when he should have, and then maybe that ends up bleeding like deck out or something. Like some stuff, crazy stuff like that, you know?
Well, I mean, like even just normal interaction.
Yeah.
Like a majority, I would guarantee the majority of the player base will not get some of the more complicated interaction right, and as the game evolves, we're gonna run into this situation a lot more.
Okay.
Just the way it is.
Will Megazoo ever make a return? I've had people tell me BT8 Megazoo is something to be aware of, so who knows, maybe. Get top 16 with 2 of the OG red starter deck. War Greymon smack. Machine Dramon is Megazoo. That's also very true. Machine Dramon is literally just Megazoo. I also think security control with Craniumon presence will be cleaning the competition. I think security control is going to look really good. Just dodge Jesmon. Just, as long as you dodge Jesmon, I think you're fine. Isn't the Titamon sauce playing Delicate Plan? Who knows? Who knows? Yu-Gi-Oh is expensive and like watching a movie. Yeah. Pokemon lost a ton of traction. Really? I thought Pokemon was like still gaining steam, but maybe I'm wrong. I know the game is like pretty cheap, but I've personally never been a fan of Pokemon gameplay because it's literally solitaire.
I think this is slightly off topic, but I think it's because one of the new decks released is just really oppressive, and so people aren't playing it.
What oppressive mon is it?
Mew.
Oh, the one Tasty's trying to play?
Yeah.
Tasty,
Well,
you dirty little degenerate.
The thing is, if you accidentally get an effect wrong, and a judge is there, you'd still get called for it. Like, that's a warning in some cases. It could be unintentional. It's not a misplay. I don't think that you can clarify it as a misplay.
Okay.
It's still an infraction. Because you never know the player intent.
Okay, Dynus is a card that's hard to understand sometimes. I mean, yeah, I guess Dynus can read weird sometimes. Also, example of cheating that's unintentional. Because you could technically never prove intent, right? Like that's just usually the case. You just can't prove intent. But a certain player submitted a 46 card deck list by mistake. We assume, and they played the tournament with an illegal deck list. Is that considered cheating? If it was unintentional, you know, like it's a weird area. It's definitely a weird area for sure. Let's see. I accidentally cheated before. It makes me feel so bad when I realize it after. Yeah, I get that. I completely understandable. Like sometimes you just don't mean to. Sometimes you just don't realize it, or sometimes you just read the card wrong.
Yeah, like I sometimes people don't get it. Like they're like, hey, how do you miss an effect that when you play a deck like a lot of times, right? Well, in high pressure situations, sometimes people just make a mistake and just like accidentally resolve an effect wrong and then realize it afterward.
Okay, I just got out of a remote duel YCS for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was the worst experience I've ever had. Play Digimon, Noah. I'm telling you, man. Noah, play Digimon. Dr. Pepper? It may be Dr. Pepper, it may not be Dr. Pepper. I cannot say. I can't say what the heat is. Don't need to dodge Jesmon, just make sure they don't draw a delicate plan. True. Very true. I actually only got into Digimon because a friend gave me his bulk and I built a trash Rookie Rush deck and it eventually got upgraded for locals and then I started winning and selling the Dioboromon I pulled. Yeah, Digimon is really good about like the different types of decks that you can play. We have a new version of Rookie Rush in EX2. And it's like Antilomon, Lotmon, and it's really cool. Pokemon tournaments have no prize support right now? Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. I mean, that's not cool. That's interesting. I wanted to play the Secret Rare Vigramon, but I don't know how to build a deck around that. Like Zero said, you can play it in the new Ulforce. Because the threshold for DP is so much lower in the Bonds meta, 6,000 DP is more likely to survive. So you can probably do some really cool stuff with Vigramon, I'd imagine.
That's not coming support. I've heard of Jelly Force.
Oh yeah, Jelly Force, let's go!
If you play well in that, you can use a Kyoshi Tamer with
and give Vija jamming.
Yeah, give it jamming.
Yeah, Jelly Force is also a really big thing. Okay. Calling. I accidentally cheated when I thought Tidamon's +1 security attack applied to more than one attack and unsuspended with Black War Growlmon inheritable.
It does apply to more than one attack.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, it does apply.
It lasts for the turn.
Wait, wait, you didn't cheat. Whoever told you it was wrong cheated you.
Yeah, the skill is on evolve and it lasts for the entire turn.
Yeah.
So if you do 2 swing, you get 4 checks.
On discard.
Yeah. So
you discard a card, you gain.
yeah, on discard.
Got a game win for an opponent using memory boost turn 1 before flipping an egg. Oh, isn't that a reversible game state?
If they memory boost and look at top of the deck.
Yeah, if they go and look at the cards, it's no longer reversible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Will you tell us the heat after Nats? Probably.
Explosion deck lists.
I'll probably have the AOK to show the heat after Nats.
We can do a deck profile.
Yeah, we'll probably do a deck
they
profile
win the
on
tournament.
It. Yeah.
When they win the tournament,
when anonymous wins.
Yeah. Anonymous person win the tournament. We'll do a deck profile. Problem
It
solved.
seems like a lot of Nats participants are purposely avoiding the spice for now.
Yeah.
Revealing the spice.
But yeah, tournament infraction states that cheating is knowingly contravenes the rules of the game or tournament policies.
How do you prove that?
How do you approve intent?
In a lot of settings, that's very difficult to prove. So that's why in a lot of cases,
try to avoid imposing intent on people.
Yeah, like that's just hard.
Penalty, either with a warning or something.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, you see warning. Like if someone say draw, like Digivolve draw. You know, like if they draw an extra card as I think into their play, is that intent? How do you prove that?
I hear Greymon Tribal may make a splash at Nats. Anything can make a splash at Nats. Although, why would you play Greymon Tribal when you can just play Agumon? Is it because you can beat Crania? It's because you can beat Crania. That's it.
It's not a reversible game state because if they boost illegally for that turn and really look at the cards, that means they can't play that card legally. Like the next time they're able to play the boost legally, the card they can look at has changed.
No, that would be irreversible because you know the top 4, and that influences like a lot of your different players. Like it influences like whether you hard slime a rookie or Digivolve into a rookie, or like Digivolve your champion or hard slime another rookie. Like it influences way too much. Like oh, thank you Enrique for subscribing. But no, just in general, like let's hypothetically say you just how powerful knowledge is, or just information in general. Let's say you know what your opponent's deck is playing, right? Let's say you know they're playing Gabubon, and you have a choice between digivolving into your Gazimon or digivolving into like a vanilla. You know, like what do you choose? Well, knowing that they're playing Gabubon, that means you're gonna digivolve into the vanilla and hold your Gazimon, right? And that's just like a small example of like how powerful information is. And that goes to like how if I know the top 4 cards of my deck, that influences what cards I'm gonna play on the rest of my turn, right? Okay. Whoever draws the best at Nats will win. Yeah, luck is a factor. Luck and skill go hand in hand, honestly. It's a card game. Yeah, nobody plays a card game expecting 0 RNG. You accept the fact that you're gonna get, like, you're either gonna like win the RNG or you're gonna lose the RNG when you play a card game. It just, there's no avoiding it. Crania is such a hard stop to Agubon. Greymon Tribal has outs and potential early aggression. Well, Agubon has better early aggression than Tribal. I think Tribal's edge is the fact that it can beat Crania. In tourney, it says it's a warning. Reveal cards to both players and put them back. I mean, that's fine.
My advice is that if you do anything that could be construed as an accidental, like, cheat, just immediately call the judge to fix the game state.
Yeah, I would just immediately call a judge.
Once I was watching videos of Japanese locals, and I saw this really nice moment where a person, like, they moved to draw and then accidentally, like, flipped over the next card after that. Like, it accidentally got, like, whooped. And they just immediately called the judge, and he just went over, put the card back for him, and they continued their game.
Okay. Yeah, cheating in general is, like, it's a very gray area. Because how intent is in general. And I understand the rulebook is the rulebook's a lot more lenient than I thought it would be, but
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
I'm really surprised it's so lenient.
In other card games, that situation is a non-reversible game state.
Yeah, like,
But
you would immediately get game lost in like Vanguard.
It's very interesting.
Cause I know top 8 there's a player who didn't do a mandatory soul charge and they were given a game loss. And that was by like the head judge, and like I don't know. That's crazy to me.
It's also just up to the judge's discretion.
It really comes down to the judge and the head judge of your event and how strict they are. So I would take the rule book with a grain of salt, because again, a lot of discretion to come down to the judge. So I wouldn't just like assume stuff just because the rulebook said certain things. So just be careful. That's all. Yeah. If you run into a situation where you think you might have accidentally cheated or your opponent is cheating, just call a judge to be safe. That's what we're saying.
Evil route option for how to deal with RNG. Reject RNG. Embrace stacking. Yeah. That would in fact eliminate RNG. You're not wrong. Okay. It is 7 p.m. I have a textbook. I have 5 chapters to read through. Great stream, everyone. Good stream, guys.
Hope this was fun and knowledgeable for everyone.
I
Yeah.
feel like we barely even talked about the ban list.
Okay. Ban list talk, real quick. Alice probably needs a hit. Gatekeeper needs a hit. Chimeramon on the watch list. Tommy on the watch list. Anything else?
HPD on the watch list.
HPD should just go to 0. It's not even on the watch list. 0. Straight up.
I think Tommy needs some more time. I feel like they were printing answers to it.
Yeah. Which is why I'm like Tommy on watch list and not just like Tommy needs to go. Alice and Gatekeeper probably need to go. Is there anything else that needs like a looksy daisy? Anything else? Did you miss anything?
Nothing come to mind.
I can't think of anything else that makes me want to punch a screen. B209
gameplay when? Full review, maybe.
True. Do you guys remember when everyone was like, Digimon Emperor is gonna break the game? And now nobody plays this card. I literally told everyone, I was like, just Digivolve in Raising. How does this stop you?
To be fair, I think a lot of people said it before we knew the armor ruling of Digivolving and Raising.
even prior to the armor ruling, you know? Like, I don't know. I never thought this card was insane. Everyone thought this card would like kill like half the decks in the meta, and it just now I see 0 play. So I digress. Yeah, I can't think of any obnoxious cards other than Alice, Gatekeeper, and then Chimera Tommy on watch list. Like, I can't think of anything else. HPD should go to 0.
And no, before Nume said anything, we're not gonna ban TK. I don't think TK should be banned.
Are you gonna start a podcast? I don't think I have enough time to do a podcast, to be frank. I think that's taking on way too many projects.
This was practically a podcast.
Yeah, this is basically a podcast. Can't you guys just take my streams as your podcast? Doesn't that work for you guys? If it's worth anything, my friends from college and we're like talking about doing Digimon D&D. Does that count? You guys want to watch Digimon D&D? That's on the table. I don't know. That's content, right? Does this count? I think this counts. But yeah. Anywho, let's see. Are you in Nats? Yes, I am playing in Nats. I am playing in Nats, so is 0. I did not just see one person. I saw a lot of people say Digimon Emperor was gonna break the game. Why HPD to 0? HPD is way too free for what it does. It's like the same logic as why MDF needs to go. Which color got the best support in EX2? Probably red, right?
Probably red.
Probably red. Podcast you're studying? Alright guys. I'll start reading my notes. Chapter 1. I don't want to read this on stream. Okay. Testro doubling down on podcasts. Testro can start a podcast. I would advertise that. Testro, you gonna start a podcast for us?
Probably not. I'm not the kind of guy for that.
Actually, wait.
I'll try other people's job podcasts.
Actually, you guys want a podcast? Guys,
Okay.
there is a. Is it on here? No, it's not on here. Where is it? What is oranges?
It should be orange. It should be just Orange Slim. Without the just.
Oh. Guys, look! It's a podcast! Get 'em! Get the podcast!
I literally missed my chance to be part of that one because I was asleep. Because I was up all night trying to test our Digimon because it was just revealed.
Guys, this is Orange Swim. He's the creator of Digimon Card Dev. If you guys want a podcast, go support Orange. One more hot take before stream ends. I mean, what hot take are you guys looking for? What hot take is there to throw? What hot take? What hot take is there?
Unban MDF? Question mark.
Every single color in the game is actually fine once BT7 hits. I have no complaints. Anyone that complains is probably on cope. Except the argument that black is not good but X antibody is good is actually kind of a valid argument. But I would also just say wait until BT10. Because BT7, 8, and 9 are all at black X antibody. I posted the Digimon D&D stream.
Actually, we don't know that. We're more Royal Knights. There could be like a Black Royal Knight list that just works.
That's also fair. Yeah, that's true. You could also just make Black Royal Knights.
Everybody black is a very black deck. They do very black things. They have black blockers and inheritable.
That's fair.
Yeah, like I was just gonna say, X antibody is like it does everything black does. I'm trying to think why it wouldn't clarify as black. It has protection from destruction. It has like blocker. It has reboot. Like
this stream doesn't count as a podcast because it has been enjoyable. I am a content machine, y'all.
Should do these every week. That's my hot take.
Sure.
Wait, what? Just say?
Do this every week.
Do this every week, y'all.
Discussion stream, talking to your chat. It's enjoyable.
I had fun. Yeah, I had a ton of fun talking to chat. Like I definitely did. This is like my favorite part of being a content creator is like talking to like my community. Like it's just by far the best part. I don't actually wait, what?
Biggest winner from the Banlist.
Vmon.
Oh, like BT8? Yeah, it's Imperial Ultramon. By far. Imperial Ultramon is by far the biggest winner, in my opinion.
Imperial and Armor Rush are decks that get, like, no hits.
Yeah, BTO7, Red Hybrid, BTO8, Armor...
Armor Rush and Imperial, yeah.
Armor Rush, Imperial, X Antibody.
Yeah. Oh, I think Imperial more than X Antibody, but either way.
Sure.
Yeah, either way. Any hopes for X Antibody Digimon to be added in BT9? Isn't that what it is?
I think he was asking for like a particular one.
Oh! Tiger Vespamon!
Vespamon!
Let's go! I love Tiger Vespamon.